This is SeeingEagles.com. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside newly minted 1,000 career victory head softball coach. Vickee, congratulations, 1,000 wins lifetime with a doubleheader sweep over Limestone. What on earth does it mean?
It just means a lot. Again, I was so glad to be able to share that with my parents. This team will always be special. Each and every team has been special, but a fine group of young ladies to win those 2 ball games, and that's kind of tough to come out and do today. But again, just thankful for all the kids I've had the opportunity to coach. I can't say enough when we saw the baseball team come up and the football team, to see Coach Griff and Coach Sparks. There was something very, very special about that.
You bring up having to win 2 to get to it. You've never done that before, to win a milestone game. Victories 200 through 900 all came in the first game of a doubleheader. Any extra pressure to that? How about that for stat?
Well, I was going to say I wasn't aware of that stat, but again, it was nice to be able to do that at home. I told the kids that I wanted them to. My pregame talk was to come out and play like they were in the backyard with their dad playing ball, because I knew there'd be a little pressure, but they were resilient. They came out and played hard for 2 games straight.
What about your support, not just here, but the Matt Hollifields of the world, your parents? How much do they mean to you in a situation like this?
Well, there's no question. Carson-Newman's family, but then to have my mom and dad, something special about that. My brother was here, my sister was here. I had 2 of my nephews here. That's just special in itself. But Carson-Newman's part family too. And again, it doesn't matter if it's from the academic side and all those things. It was a special day. But I also want to be sure that I mention Nancy Branham here with me today. What a trooper she's been with me, working in the trenches, and to have Michael Graves, who really the first 500 games Michael was a part of. So it's great to have those 2 in my corner to help us lead this team.
You mentioned Ken and Tom Griffin. Ken came onto the field, gave you a nice big hug before the post-game festivities. What did he say to you?
Well, we just shared a few tears together, embraced one another, but we both were giving thanksgiving to the Lord, because that's the reason we're both here, and that's primarily what we were doing. We were thanking the Lord for the opportunity that we had, and also just the friendship that we have for one another.
Any stories that have come out from alums who have come back and visited today? I know several former players were in attendance tonight.
Again, you kind of get in trouble when you mention names,
yeah.
But I will mention a couple. I guess, going back to homecoming with the naming of the complex, there were so many, and I know it's hard for everybody working to get out on what is today, Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know the day of the week, but in particular, I received a text yesterday that kind of brought me to my knees. Little Heather Sense, little number 7. Years ago, on probably about the 5th year of the program's history, she was about year number 5. She was always the dirtiest one to leave, played hard, but just sent a very, very thoughtful text in appreciation to Carson-Newman and what softball had meant to her. And then I know she's teaching school, but I saw her here today. And then Heather Randolph, who also teaches school. They're both making a difference in people's lives. But again, I've said so many times, as far as D2, Heather Randolph got Carson-Newman softball on the map. She had good defense behind her. We didn't score a lot of runs back then, but we didn't have to because she shut people out. And she is still such a part of our program. Supports we coaches, but will come and look at pitchers if need be. So that's somebody, again, you'd like to have in your corner. But it was so meaningful to have them as well.
Let's actually talk about the games for a moment, especially the second contest, an inside the park home run that scores 3 from Haley Taylor. Bats came alive from places that you don't normally see, even though she's had a solid season. What about the performance at the plate, especially in Game 2?
Well, I was glad to see that, and as I told you about a week ago, our pinch hitters, that's a tough job, but we really need that, and we've got to have better run production from the lower half of our lineup, and that's exactly what happened in that. And Haley Taylor, we got to get in the bat in her hand a little bit more, and I know that. Brittany Bass, she gets a bat on the ball. It's just you can only play 3 outfielders at a time, but you know, we've got time to do that. But those kids each know their role, but I was glad to see them come through today.
What do you have to do between now and Saturday, a road doubleheader? What do you have to do to win game 1001 of your career against the Flying Fleet?
Again, that's always a tough place to play. They get up for us. So we'll have a light workout tomorrow. We'll go over the scouting report and business as usual. Really, this will be behind us. I'll always think about it, and I'm sure you're going to remind me of some other statistic the next time we talk. But that's what it's all about. But, Adam, I cannot say enough, from our president to our athletic director to the sports information department, just you don't feel deserving of all of this, and again, I'm just glad to be a small part of it.
Vickee, pleasure as always. Congratulations.
Thanks, Adam.
Carson-Newman head softball coach Vickee Kazee-Hollifield. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is CNEagles.com.